Hey, it's Abby Banks from Homeschool with Moxie, and today I'm excited to give you a flip through of 3 new children's books by my friend Danika. This is the newest installment of the Who, What, Why series. We have What Was the Tabernacle, Who was Moses, and Why Did the Exodus Happen? These books are awesome, but I want you to see inside because I know it's hard to see if you're going to like a book or if your kids will like a book unless you can see what it's all about. So let me tell you why I think they're really great for Christian homeschool families and what I love about them. The Who, What, Why series is published by Christian Focus Publications. You can find the whole series at whowhatwhyseries.com. These books are recommended from ages 6 through 11. So they're saying it's Read to Me, ages 6 to 8, and Read Myself, ages 9 to 11. And I think that's just about right. Let me give you an inside peek, and then I'll tell you a few specific reasons why I think these books are great. Here's a flip through of these 3 books. So, who was Moses? What was the tabernacle? And why did the Exodus happen? Now, you can tell they're a great size. The font is awesome. There are illustrations throughout, and it is a chapter book, so it takes your kids through each of these topics. The pictures are very helpful, of course, for this age to really pull them in. The pictures are great, and especially for things like the tabernacle that are a little more abstract maybe for our kids as they're trying to imagine what these are like. It's helpful to have illustrations. I also like that each of these books has a timeline in the back. So these are a really great way to combine your ancient history studies with biblical history. And it's fun to see, how they line up side by side. So that's another thing I love about these books. They're just the perfect length. Some of your kids are going to sit down and read them, within a couple days. Some of these are great to stretch out and use kind of as your history/Bible curriculum for a little bit. And here in a moment, you'll see the timeline, which again, I love. So it's connecting it to your ancient history, which you're probably studying in your homeschool anyway. So let me give you a few more specifics. So the former history teacher in me and current homeschool mom loves the maps. So this is great. These things took place in an actual location, and sometimes our kids can't picture it. Like, where is this? How was everything set up? I love the map beginning in this book. And I also mentioned I love the timelines. It's amazing to be able to connect the ancient history we're studying with our kids with what's happening in the Bible at the same time. And Danika does a really good job of laying these out in a timeline in each of the books. I also mentioned that the pictures are really helpful to understand things like the tabernacle and what did the priests look like and the Ark of the Covenant and those type of things. As a homeschool mom and a pastor's wife, I also really appreciate that Danika puts in there the gospel bridge, taking us from these Old Testament stories and pictures and people all the way to Christ, and how the law and the tabernacle, all of these things were pictures of something greater that was to come. And then finally, Danika wraps it all up beautifully with a connection of the Song of Moses in the book of Revelation and brings the story full circle throughout the whole Bible. So this is what I love. It's not just isolated stories, isolated Bible stories. It's really connected. And if you want a gospel-centered resource where the Old Testament does point to Christ, you will love these books. And then finally, if you want some fun Bible crafts for kids that tie all these books together, you can find them at whowhatwhyseries.com.